Welcome back to our final edition of What's Up Stratford, and joining me is Cate Trudeau from Shelterlink. Cate, thanks so much for joining me.
Hi, thanks for having me.
What is your role at Shelterlink, and what does Shelterlink do in the community?
So I'm the executive director. I just started in May at Shelterlink, so I'm still pretty new. And Shelterlink is a shelter for homeless youth in Stratford and Perth. So the definition of homeless for us is between the ages of 16 and 24.
And then if you are in a homeless situation, which I assume could be the definition of what? What is homelessness?
So there is different categories of homeless. It can be unsheltered, so not having a place to stay. It could be not having a long-term permanent. So you could be couch surfing or, just staying at a friend's temporarily. You could be staying at an encampment in your car. What we would define really is not having your own permanent long-term housing.
Exactly. That's great clarity on that. And what duration can people stay at Shelterlink?
So we are housing first shelter. So we do like to have the youth here as short term as possible. So our workers do support the kids in getting housed as quickly as possible. And whether that means reuniting with family, friends, if there's some other options for them, we definitely like to support them in reconnecting with the community, and then looking for housing, which can sometimes take some time. As people know, finding housing can be a little bit more difficult these days. So it can take a few months, but we would like to see shorter shelter stays. So again, they're reconnected back in community as quickly as possible.
And Cate, I know there's a definite correlation between homelessness and unemployment, those things. So when you develop someone who has a place that they know they can stay, what kind of programs do you have to help with, I guess, life changes and also some employment strategies?
Yeah, so our main focus is housing first, so getting kids connected back into homes or with family. Other streams that we like to support them with is education, whether it's reconnecting them back to school. We do have a partnership with Conestoga College, so we are in the same building, so we're able to support them to connect to Conestoga if needed. And then employment, so working on supports in the community. The Stratford Festival has been a great support to us as well, whether we need to connect them with shows or employment opportunities. So we do have a lot of really wonderful community partners that are also supporting the youth in shelter.
Right. And it's incredible that you talk about just the emergency and then reunification or that they have their own homes and then also future plans. What if youth were to come in there, what are some of the success stories without getting into any particular details that you've heard?
I think feeling heard, feeling supported, connecting with people in community. So we do, as we have gone around and have met people, we get, great donations and great people wanting to support us. And we do hear a lot of stories around either people themselves that are in community now, have their business or working for businesses that were in Shelterlink, or had friends that they knew that were in Shelterlink. So there is a real link to the community from our services. And so as we're supporting the kids and they can also hear some of those stories, or they have people come in and talk to them, this is a very short, ideally brief time in their lives where they are in crisis, or they need emergency support, but this doesn't define them and it doesn't need to be long term.
Wow, that's beautifully said. Cate, if the community were wanting to support you, what are some practical ways they can do so besides, of course, direct donations?
Direct donations are always appreciated because that is mostly our funding source. Unfortunately, we do
Right.
have to, rely on a lot of grants and fundraising ourselves. But they can also check out our website, so shelterlink.org, and there's lots of ways to support through there, or even just to learn more about our services.
Right. And Cate, in an emergency situation, I have to think that there's people that would come that don't even have clothing or a toothbrush. So how do you actually get that, I guess the practicalities of life, how's that looked after?
Again, through great community donations. So we do have lots of supports. We have people dropping off quilts. We just got like 5 quilts yesterday for a group of of folks that were putting that together for us. We have lots of toothpaste and toothbrushes that are donated, lots of toiletries. So we like to have kind of like a little welcome package for the kids when they get here. So they do have some toiletries, some necessities. And then we do have some clothes on site that we keep. So if they do need to get some clothing, there's space for that.
Cate, thank you very much for changing lives and everything you're doing at Shelterlink for this community and for youth in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm your host, Peter Maranger of What's Up Stratford. Thanks for joining me and watching this show, and make it a great day.